Feel free to take a screen grab of this photo and send it to ESPN and ask that I be included in this year's edition of the Body Issue. Also, you can send this still frame to your wife or girlfriend if you want to get her in the mood, or just make it the background on your desktop at work. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon, the sports keeper of Truth Perna, and today I will give you 5 places that I believe LeBron James will end up, and how his choice will ultimately affect his GOAT status, which is vastly different from the Facebook status of this Raiders fan who announced he and this horse are currently in an open relationship. But it could turn serious judging by the twinkle in both of their eyes. I am the only sports anchor on earth who, after James announced he would indeed become a free agent, was tipped off by real sources that Bron is only 50-50 on whether or not he'll play for an Eastern Conference team or an NFL team. Which NFL teams would be the best fit for King James, the free agent god? That's good sports. Ball so hard, motherfuckers want to find me. Look, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. That would be swell. If you're already subbed, click the notification button. It's a huge help. I do have big dick Patreon shoutouts for Ninja Styles 82 and a giant $20 donation from YWYZ. I do t-shirt giveaways on my Patreon account every month and do offer a Patreon-only podcast there as well if you want to support this channel. Right now, NBA fans believe that LeBron James will possibly end up in Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, either team there, Boston, or even with the New York Knicks. The only way LeBron James can actually become GOAT is to win a Super Bowl, and you're a fucking idiot if you think otherwise. So here are his top 5 NFL fits, where at age 33 he has a solid 4-year window to help obtain a championship for that organization. Coming in at numbers 5 and 4 are the Los Angeles Rams at 5 and the Los Angeles Chargers at 4. LA for James just makes too much sense, whether he plays basketball or football. I mean, technically, if say the Lakers try and form a super team and acquire Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James, Kawhi could carry the team until February after James finishes his Super Bowl NFL season, and then he could swoop in and win an NBA championship that same year. The Rams make sense because they've already built the NFL's version of a super team. This offseason, they added corners Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, and Sam Shields, defensive lineman Ndamukong Suh, and speedy wide receiver and Super Bowl loser Brandon Cooks. So why not upgrade your tight end position with LeBron fucking James? Oh yeah, I should mention I believe James would be a natural tight end in the NFL. That's the position. Now there's no doubt in my mind that James would be a more dangerous receiving threat than current tight ends for the Rams, Tyler Higbee or Gerald Everett. The only missing piece on this Rams super team is a dynamic tight end. Now number 4, the Chargers, who I think have a chance to have the best defense in the NFL, has to be appealing to James, who hates to even think about defense. What do Phillip Rivers and LeBron James have in common? Neither of them have ever been to a Super Bowl. Rivers is still a better QB than Jared Goff, and with the injury to Hunter Henry, he desperately needs a tight end. Rivers uses his tight ends much more effectively than Goff. I mean, Antonio Gates only started in 4 games in 2017 and still had more catches and touchdowns than Higbee, and he was the second tight end on his roster. Hunter Henry and Gates combined for 75 catches and 7 touchdowns. Based on those numbers, LeBron James could finish 2018 with 100 catches and 15 touchdowns with the Chargers. Oh yeah, and there's this little bit of information out there, you may have heard it. Antonio Gates played basketball in college, and he will retire 3rd on the all-time reception list for tight ends behind Tony Gonzalez and Jason Witten. Basketball to football is a smooth transition with the Chargers, and the AFC West is not a strong division, which is the same reason James likes playing in the Eastern Conference. The number 3 destination for LeBron James, and keeping with the theme of him going to a place where he can play basketball and football, the Philadelphia Eagles make a hell of a lot of sense for King James. Win a Super Bowl with the underdogs and then finish out the NBA season with the 76ers, a favorite to sign James anyway. Now, unlike the Rams and Chargers, the Eagles don't have a need for a great tight end because they have one of the best in Zach Ertz, and they drafted Dallas Goedert in the second round. But last year, they had Ertz, Selleck, and Burton, proving you can never have enough tight ends. The same thing I say every time I watch a Thunder Down Under show. Oh yeah. Yeah, tight ends. LeBron James can sign with the Eagles safely knowing they have two quarterbacks to throw in the rock, but most importantly, a head coach in Doug Peterson who is extremely innovative with his offensive play calling, adapting every week, which I believe would turn James into one of the biggest offensive threats in the NFL. Peterson plus James equals the NFL touchdown receiving record, surpassing Randy Moss's 2007 season of 23, which ironically enough is LeBron James' number. The number 2 destination for James, the Dallas Cowboys. I hate to say this, but that would be a perfect landing spot for LeBron. They are still the most popular team in the NFL for whatever reason. We know Jerry Jones will sign anyone, especially if he thinks that guy will bring the organization more money and attention, which James would do even more so than Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, and Troy Aikman did combined in the 90s. Plus, with tight end Jason Witten retiring and Dez Bryant getting cut, LeBron James would be the number 1 ball catcher in Dallas as a tight end wide receiver hybrid. He would surpass the Toyota Prius as the most popular hybrid on earth. Dak Prescott is a competent QB, and James would by far catch more balls here than anywhere else in the league. The reason, though, Dallas isn't number 1 on this list is because they won't make it to the Super Bowl. Not next year, not fucking ever. They're not even the best team in their division, and I'm not even sure they will be better than the Giants in 2018. James wants to win a championship above all else. That I know. Now, before I reveal the number 1, let me mention a couple runner-ups, okay? The New England Patriots obviously would love to have 2 great tight ends again, but Brady could retire after this season, and James wants to know he has a quarterback for at least 4 years. Plus, James could never play for the Trump trio in Kraft, Belichick, and Brady. That is according to real sources. The Jacksonville Jaguars are contenders with that defense and need a tight end. But the market there is too small and, well, you know, Blake Bortles. The number one destination for Bron is he stays at home. The Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry, that was a really stupid joke. It's actually the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a team whose identity is their gunslinging offense. We don't think about defense anymore in Pittsburgh, and they are always in the Super Bowl hunt. They have a veteran quarterback, one of the coolest coaches in the league, and a huge need for a star tight end. Jesse James can't even hold on to the fucking ball long enough to beat the Patriots, for Christ's sake. And Vance McDonald isn't scaring shit stains into any opposing defender's football pants. LeBron might. It's a 3rd and goal situation on the 6-yard line. Who are you going to double team? Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Le'Veon Bell, or rookie tight end LeBron James? There would be so many fucking weapons on that offense, the Steelers would have to register as a branch of the military. And James would get mismatches every trip into the red zone. And confusion. I didn't even think about this until just right now, but how are you gonna cover 2 tight ends with the last name James? How are you gonna tell which one is Jesse James and which one is LeBron James? And don't tell me skin color, because NFL players don't see color. That's why they're getting rid of the color rush jerseys. And Ben Roethlisberger, he throws it up more than college freshman binge drinkers. Freshman binge drinkers, by the way, are also a group of people Roethlisberger is not allowed to be within 500 feet of. The Steelers are also one of the most popular teams in the NFL, and they play in a very winnable division. The AFC as a whole is currently less competitive than the NFC, and James would get to be part of the team that beats the Patriots on his way to winning a Super Bowl. Goat fucks over goat on his way to infinite goatness, the headlines would read. This is the best place for James to actually become the one and only GOAT. not just in NBA or NFL history, but in sports history. You're welcome for this very important breakdown of LeBron James' free agency decision 2018. Eat your heart out, Saquon Barkley. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here, you guys. I'm on Twitter at Brandon Perna if you want to talk football stuff. My website is ThatsGoodSports.com. And if you don't think I know what I'm talking about with basketball, click on the highlight video you see on the screen right now. I'm a sports guy.